Good morning to you from Passion Influencer Africa channel. It's a pleasure again to meet you to discuss a new topic. Well, several topics come in mind, but the one which comes at the forefront is procrastination. Procrastination, it just means a tendency to delay, a tendency to sit on the bench when things are moving on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to discuss the issue of procrastination. What makes us procrastinate, and is it beneficial to us or is it harmful to us? Procrastination is a big impediment to human growth. Severally, we find ourselves in circumstances where we procrastinate because indeed procrastination is a creation of the mind. It is an attempt to delay what we feel is an impending disaster. Our minds are programmed in such a way that when we think we are going to lose out, we say, can we delay and prepare ourselves? And it's that tendency of can we delay and prepare ourselves which keeps us waiting and waiting and waiting for the best day. And since there is also another human characteristic that we only perfect the art that we are doing, that we only learn by doing things. Therefore, if we sit on the bench wondering when we are going to start, we don't become specialists. So procrastination is a negative human trait which we must address at early stages. And according to the books that we have at hand, the matter has been discussed at length and several solutions have been proposed. One of the solutions to procrastination is to act from the point of getting the information. Once we have made a decision, make a move and act. Once we have made a decision, make a move and act. Because the more we wait, the more we are likely to wait more. The more we wait, the more we gain the advantage of saying, yes, see, we have not even tried. We are still looking at the field. We are still studying the circumstances, the situations, and the people. And the moment we keep on saying we are still studying the circumstances, the situation, and people, we waste a lot of time. We think we are gaining, but really we are losing because time is going like the sand, like the sand in an hourglass. It continuously goes. Whether we procrastinate, whether we move, time goes away. And we find ourselves that in those circumstances, we are not in a state of practice. We don't specialize on what we are doing because hardly do we get a chance to practice. You can only practice what you are doing, and it's by doing that we develop the talent. So by sitting on the fence, nothing much is gained. And we also pretend that we're taking our time to study this environment. But look, as long as we are still seated there, even the urge to study the environment, even the start to study the various outcomes ceases. And the experience that is required to develop, the experience that is required for us to possess in order to progress forward also ceases. So many times we find ourselves seated on the bench, but in real sense we need to form a strategy to move forward. One of the cornerstones of the stimuli or the human trait of procrastination is doubt. Doubt is when you don't have full information. You look at the environment and say, the information that I have at hand is so little that I cannot proceed on it. And this is, then the real issue is information. And if we are frank that the real issue is information, the first thing that we should do whenever we are met with a challenge, get time to study all aspects of it. Get time to study all aspects of it. And second to that, set a time limit, set a time span by saying, by this hour I shall have received information from the encyclopedia. By this hour I shall have received information from previous experts who did it before, and majority of whom failed. Because if they succeeded, then they would be elsewhere. By this hour I should be getting cross-referencing from my church and from my friends by this hour. Once you keep on breaking it down into, by this hour I shall have done this, then there'll be the end period for gathering information. Then the end period of gathering information, after that, immediately there should be a plan. A plan must be formulated very fast on how that information can be translated into useful action plan. And once the action plan is been formatted and we have all the resources, so you move on to the second level. So doubt is one. A second factor again which creates procrastination is fear of criticism. And fear of criticism, as we have talked about before, has got very many faces. Fear of criticism has got very many faces, and one face is just the fear itself, the feeling that, well, what will people think of me when I do it and flop? This one is now a question of working on ourselves. We must observe and we must guard that which is within us. We must guard our thoughts and know what is within us. That really, we are not the first. We're not the first person on this world to fail. We're not the first person on this world to succeed. We're not the first person or the first inhabitants of this world. Once we liberate yourself with that, and once you have the background information that the limitations that we create on ourselves, 3/4 of them, it is us who create the impediments, it's us who create the obstacles, it's us who create the hurdles. Once we are clear to that, then nothing becomes an obstacle at all. The situation where we fear criticism does not arise because criticism becomes irrelevant to us. Exactly I once said is that you look at your neighbors and you start wondering whether you look at your neighbors and you start fearing that what are they thinking about you. It's important to constantly and continuously keep on repeating to yourself that those neighbors don't think of anything at all, because they wouldn't be with where they are if they were thinking. So they are not thinking at all. They are spending most of their time repeating what they do daily. They spend most of their time repeating what they were taught long time ago. They spend most of their time drawing from their information, their data bank, to know how things worked 20 years ago and just simply duplicate it or replicate it for that matter. So very few people will spend their active time thinking. Once you are aware of that, the issue of criticism will be on the side, will be pushed back to the background. Finally, we look at procrastination also as a tendency to preserve ourselves. Preserve ourselves. The final question that you should ask before you get out is, preserve ourselves from what? The tendency is to preserve ourselves, saying we shall lose face. But if we knew that from where we are, the reasons why we are where we are, in comparison or in vis-a-vis the reasons why we will be better off at a new station, at a new point after the effect of our activity. Once we have done the reasons between the two and we've seen that the reasons of moving forward are more positive than the reasons of staying backward, then that itself will give us a capacity to propel ourselves forward. So, by and large, that is forms the final point of our discussion. Have a good morning and welcome again.